How CIA spies learn languages. Let's find out.
Why is this ambiguously brown guy rocking through Paris speaking perfect French with an accent that comes from South France?
They've got to have a system. They can't. You can't be going on Duolingo and being like, "Yeah, go steal some secrets and stuff like that." So do they put you through a different rigorous training for like when they really need you to be operational?
Yeah, absolutely. And the key word is the word that you just used, right? So we're taught something called operational language. It's an operational language system. And the system isn't like secret. That's what's super cool about CIA and what makes my business possible is that most of what CIA does is not classified. What's classified are the secrets themselves that are collected. So every CIA officer that goes out there, here's myth buster number one for all the movies out there and TV shows, right? No CIA officer wants to be fluent in a language. You don't want to be fluent in a language. Because if you're fluent in a language, you end up looking and sounding extremely suspicious. Why is this ambiguously brown guy rocking through Paris speaking perfect French with an accent that comes from South France?
Big shocker. You got millions of brown people in France. Have you been to France, man? Have you been to from South France? Have you been to Marseille?
Right?
Right.
And then why is this guy rolling through whatever Vietnam with a perfect vernacular, perfect Vietnamese language, and and we can place him specifically in Ho Chi Minh City? Like this, it's too suspicious. So instead, what they want you to do is they want you to become essentially, basically conversational in non-alerting topics. So you can talk about the weather and you can do greetings and you can give directions. So operational fluency can be reached very, very quickly. For
So you're basically a passport bro who works for the CIA.
most languages, you can reach operational fluency in 6 to 9 months. And the system that we go through to get there is a system of
6 to 9 months to be able to ask for directions. Uh,
identifying and learning high frequency use words. I don't know if that's a term you've ever heard before, but yeah, high frequency use words are those words that you use the most or the words that the target language uses the most. You learn those words, you learn basic grammatical structures, you learn all of those things in full sentence form. You don't learn them as vocabulary. Exactly one of the reasons why Duolingo is kind of silly. They teach you a word and then you just use these words in nonsensical sentences, right? Like
it's not wrong that, but yeah, it's not the genius CIA method to teach you 80-20 sentences for basic interactions. Go to my free language islands for traveling, and yeah, you get 100 sentences there, and you learn those in a week, and you're already operational level. You're an CIA operator level language speaker, whatever this guy is.
you're supposed to use a word or a series of words, a string of words in the correct full sentence structure, the exact same way like a 5-year-old learns how to speak whatever language is native to them. And very, very quickly, you can get yourself to operational fluency, which is more than enough to introduce
Operational fluency. I'm gonna use that from now on. I'm gonna teach you operational fluency in a week. Yeah, it's cool. It's, you take the most basic thing. Okay, 80-20, learn the most common words and sentences. How to ask for directions. 6 to 9 months or whatever he said, and then you call it tactical operational fluency, and yeah, great.
yourself to somebody, make friends, and find out if they speak English better than you speak their language.
Got you. Yeah, so it's more focused. I mean, I feel like I did see something that I know that there's a foreign language institute maybe somewhere in Virginia or something like that. But I mean, I kind of did. There wasn't a whole lot of information to know exactly what's done. But as a guy who has had to struggle and figure out his own way of how to learn languages, and clearly there's a laser pointed focus, and I completely understand that operational thing.
I have no idea who this guy is, by the way. The other guy, the spy guy. I don't know. I saw some Ukraine war analysis by that guy. It's late mid 2024 now. I saw an analysis by that guy like 2 years ago when he said Russia was about to win. So maybe he's, I don't know what his real credentials are. Anyway, okay. His advice, what he said, does make sense. Both the part of, and when these people claim to be spies, um, it's not just it's not some James Bond character with fake identity and they like infiltrate the country. No, they just work in the embassy. I worked in an embassy. Just get a job, go there. I wasn't a CIA spy, but you get the idea. You work, you have a day job there, and they probably send some emails back with some information from the office in the embassy or something like that. It's not like they are, like breaking into buildings and taking pictures or any of that stuff. It's just yeah, it is what it is. I think I'm not an expert, but that's the impression I get. But yeah, basically, you need to be a passport pro, sending some reports to the CIA office, central office. That's it. Um, yeah, it's passport pro level language learning. You learn a list of sentences for basic interactions. You learn them really well, and you conversate operationally fluent, which is a cool term, tactical term for conversation. Basic, able to have very basic conversations. You don't need 6 months for that. You need a week. If you learn a couple hundred sentences correctly, if you want to know how to do that, just go to my tutorial videos. Yeah, memorize vocab with associations, retrieval practice, create audio files and binge listen to them, listen and repeat. And in a week, you know a couple hundred words, sentences, and you're able to do this. No, in 6 months. Anyway, if this is the level, I mean, this guy has to be. I don't know if fraud, but if this is the CIA, the level they've got in the CIA, not surprised. I mean, not gonna comment much, guys.